Well, hi, team. Ryan here for another week of short shifts. And with the short shift, you know that we look at specific areas of our lives, our high performance, our leadership, our team development, and we look to just make small changes. And so this week, we want to look at your future. Sometimes I think science now is calling it, and then this is the way I like to call it, is the future you, right? What does the future you look like? If you've got a past, self and a present self, what does your future self look like? And how are you developing that? So we'll have a strong look at that right now. And we'll look at vision. How do we do this? It's interesting. John Maxwell said this to a friend of mine. He said that workers will always work for thinkers. Okay, let's pause there. Workers will always work for thinkers. Now, does that mean we don't work? No, all of us work. Agreed? We're hard workers. But have we put enough time away in our day, in our week, in our quarter to actually think about what our future self is going to be? Right? Not just what are we going to do, and not just where's our company going to go, not just what will our family be associated with, but what about ourselves, our characteristics, right? Our spirituality, right? The things that are us, like, are we growing our future self? And the only way we can do that is by thinking in the present today about what has happened in the past and what we would like more of in the future. Okay, so that's a powerful thought. Many of us have looked at this idea of the flow state, of getting so ingrained in our thinking that this thought process helps us out. And as you can see, I mean, when we're distracted or semi-distracted, we're not productive. But with our cognition, with our thinking, once we sort of get up into that, that place, as you can see here, of focused and then the flow zone, right? That flow state is powerful. So I really want to challenge you this week to put enough time aside to actually think, get into flow, right? Journal, write things down so that you can get to a place where you're looking at who you want to become. Powerful thought. All right. Let me just read a quick idea from this professor, Linda Hill. She said this: average leaders focus on performance gaps, the difference between what is and what should be. This is the work of efficiency, productivity, improving the past. But the true agenda for leaders is closing the opportunity gaps. The difference between what is and what could be. This is the work of innovation, transformation, inventing the future. Merely surviving is not the same as truly thriving. As you think about sort of that context, in sort of with the visual of our thinking tendencies model, right? So at the very top, we've got, what we have called over the years, we've called that positive thinking at the very top, and then, negative thinking down here. You look at past thinking on the left-hand boards, future thinking on the right-hand boards. And you remember that we've sort of talked earlier about this being past, past negative thinking. Okay. So past negative thinking. And that's really where we spend some time thinking about what happened in the past that didn't work and how to improve it. On this side, because you got negative and you got future, we call this future negative thinking, right? And this is really where we project ahead, the things that we don't want. Go up into here and we've got past positive thinking, very powerful place to regenerate. And then over here is future positive thinking. And this is really where we want to spend as much time as possible looking at the future self that we want to become. Okay. So the construct of that and the way that we've looked at this in the past, and I'm just going over this quickly, is this concept of mental contrasting, where what science is finding is that the brain likes to have a vision. So the brain likes to start up here, okay, in the future positive, then go to the future negative, then go to the obstacle, okay? So mental contrasting, what the brain likes is start with the wish, the vision, the outcome, then look at the obstacles to achieving that outcome. Okay, that's the power of mental contrasting. By the way, reverse contrasting is doing it the other way. And many of us start with the obstacle. Oh, I got a problem, right? I got a problem. Then we say, okay, well, you know, what am I trying to do here? Apparently, the brain does not like that tension. It loves this tension, right? Start with, okay, what was the goal here? What were we trying to accomplish? Then look at the obstacles, okay? And then build a plan. We're going to show you that right away. So the goal here, think about it, okay? So future positive, look at your future positives, then go down and look at your future negatives, what we would call obstacles. In the third part is go to a future positive process. Start with outcome, go to obstacle, and then build a future positive process to get over those obstacles. And that's one of the ways that we want you to think about building your future self. Remember this concept? Remember what she said? I love this idea. Okay, so the real leadership is looking at the opportunity gaps, and let's catch this. This is so powerful. The difference between what is and what could be. Okay, what could be. That is so powerful. What is in your life right now, and what could be in your life right now? Okay, and that's moving towards the big future that you desire. Look at where you want to go. Look at the obstacle. Build a future positive process plan. That's our recommendation this week as you look at building your future and creating the future you. Thanks, everybody. Have a great week.